When I first got Robert's case, I was a brand new social worker with like very limited life experience and social work experience. I didn't have any children, and we just had this huge bridge to cross to get us, kind of on the same page and working together. And I was really intentional about how I use safety organized practice to kind of cross that bridge and get closer, in our relationship so that, he could trust and rely on me, and it went both ways to really support his family in the family maintenance phase of his case. The strategies and skills of safety organized practice that I used with Robert and his family were really based around collaboration, teaming, and a lot of relationship building. When you use it and you see the way that families respond to, some of these interventions and the tools and just the language that we use in safety organized practice, it supports being family focused and, being solution focused that allows families to be successful on their own and shift from being reliant on the department, to keep their kids safe, to really being able to do it themselves. Child and family team meetings are probably the most important thing to use with families, because it brings everyone to the table. He saw his community, around him, who was there, who's in his village, who he can pull on for what levels of support and
Mhm.
what could be provided by each member of the team in one
Yeah.
spot. A lot of the collaboration was done intentionally in the child and family team meeting. There were no like side conversations that happened, without Robert there, because once again, he's the expert on his family, and it wasn't us making decisions and then implementing them with his family. I was also really intentional when we were building Robert's support network to have individual conversations with Robert and maybe that one support network member that we were bringing in prior to a child and family team, to have that conversation about what a child and family team was, what their role on that team was, and how they could support Robert in these meetings and in these conversations and beyond the child welfare case.
I knew that I still had people on my side. She was on my side, wanting to go in that same direction, and we were all moving towards that same direction in goals and in what we were wanting for the family.
They started out being very, service provider led, facilitated heavily by the department. And we would, kind of go
Mhm.
through all of those stages, what's working well, the worries and the next steps. And, after time of consistency and things like that, it was really great to see kind of the roles shift with Robert, and allowing and the team really supported him in taking the lead.
Having that shift in responsibility and being able to take that self accountability and assessment really helped, again, slow myself down, and it allowed me to make sure I wasn't missing anything. It was where my children still continued to have a voice and have a say, and it taught me to how to acknowledge and validate them, in those meetings.
If something that they were worried about came up, in a therapy session or something like that, that then there was someone there to support them bringing it forward in that meeting, I
Yes.
think was really successful and really kind of structured your family to be
Mhm.
able to have safe spaces to bring forward things that then your
Mhm.
kids knew that they could bring those, things forward, whether it was, the good, the bad, the hard, they could bring them forward to you and know that you were gonna receive those. All of the aftercare planning that I did with Robert, happened in the child and family team. So, we had all of okay, here's this situation that you're bringing up in the child and family team, and how are you what would this look like, in 6 months? What would this look like in a year? Who would you call? Who could we pull off of that support network list? We did a lot of reflecting on all of the growth that had happened, throughout the child welfare case and throughout family maintenance, kind of weatherproofing the plan almost. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Where it's like, okay, so if we hit some rough patches or rough weather, what would be your first step? we prioritized collaboration. So there was a
Mhm.
lot of collaboration between child welfare and mental health that allowed, a successful transition from wraparound services to community-based mental health services for you and your family, where there was no
Mhm.
lapse in support for an area that still needed support. For us to be able to kind of oversee that and make sure that everything was in place while your child welfare case was still open was a really important piece of that, so
Mhm.
that you could have that confidence that you still had support with that in place and that you had everything else you needed as far as you.
I took that same approach and developed the same relationships with all the individuals that my children were involved with at school, in the school setting. So teachers and principals and therapists there that my son was getting services from, and then with the county services, I was able to again through my experience with Allison is I learned how to build a connection and build a relationship and build that communication to where it's positive and productive and it's putting the children's needs first.
Safety organized practice helped me navigate Robert's case by giving me a structure for assessing his progress. So, with falling back on those three questions and utilizing that in every interaction and every team meeting, allowed me to do that rigorous and balanced assessment about what's working well and any worries. And it allowed me to see when Robert was ready and started taking over the child and family team meeting and having these conversations with his support network and utilizing the SOP practices with his family and with his network. That really allowed me to be like, okay, he's ready.
One of the one of the biggest things that was put in place that helped me maintain stability was that continued growth in my mindset and confidence within myself as a person that I can meet the challenges uh, that present themselves when they come up with my children. The team really put back into place all those lost and broken pieces, back together to give me that confidence that I can do this again. I was able to put into place those practices and those things to give my children the confidence that they needed to develop and grow them for themselves as an individual.